You step off the plane at JFK, you've been visiting family back home for 5 months, you hand your green card to the CBP officer. He scans it. The screen beeps red. He looks up at you. Step aside, please. Your heart drops. Another officer walks over with a tablet. Face the camera, don't smile, don't move. Click. Your photo is taken. But this isn't just any photo. This is the new biometric system that's flagging green card holders right now, and most people don't even realize their movements are being recorded. One wrong answer in the next 5 minutes and you could lose your green card before you even leave the airport. I'm Saqib, and today I'm going to show you exactly what's happening at US airports right now under the new December 26, 2025 Biometric Rules. Why it's risky for you and the exact words you need to say to protect yourself. Because what you're about to learn, immigration lawyers charge $500 just to explain. Let's go. Here's what changed on December 26, 2025. The Department of Homeland Security activated a new final rule. It's called Biometric Entry-Exit Program Expansion. What does that mean in simple English? It means every single time you enter or leave the United States, CBP now takes your facial photo, not just fingerprints, your face. And they don't ask for permission, it's mandatory. This applies to all non-US citizens, green card holders, work visa holders, students, everyone. Even kids as young as 14, even elderly people over 79 years old who were exempt before. Nobody is excluded. But here's the part that most immigrants don't understand. This isn't just a photo for identification. This is a monitoring system. Your photo goes into a massive database. It stays there for 75 years. Yes, 75 years. Every time you enter the US, the system records the date, time, and location. Every time you exit the US, same thing. Date, time, location. The government now has a complete digital timeline of your travel history. And here's why this is risky for green card holders specifically. The law says you cannot abandon your US residence. If you stay outside the US for too long, you can lose your green card. The old rule of thumb, don't stay outside for more than 6 months. But before this biometric system, the government had to prove you abandoned your residence. They needed evidence. They needed to ask you questions. Now they don't need to ask anything. The computer already knows. You were gone for 6 months and 10 days. Proof is in the system. Red flag appears on the officer's screen. That's the danger. Let me tell you what's happening right now at airports across America. Green card holder comes back after a long trip. Maybe they were taking care of a sick parent. Maybe they were handling family business. Maybe they just lost track of time. They don't think it's a serious issue. They have a green card. They've been living in the US for years. They hand over their green card. The officer scans it. The biometric photo is taken. The screen shows outside US for 187 days. The officer asks, "Why were you outside the United States for over 6 months?" Now, here comes the mistake that 90% of people make. They panic. They start explaining. They talk too much. "Oh, my mother was sick. I had to stay. I didn't mean to be gone so long. I have a job here. I pay taxes. Please, I didn't know." The officer writes everything down. Every word you say becomes evidence. You just gave them reasons to believe you don't actually live in the US anymore, because in immigration law, your intent matters. If you say, "I had to stay to take care of my mother," the officer writes, "Subject prioritized foreign family obligations over US residents." If you say, "I was handling business back home," the officer writes, "Subject maintains economic ties abroad." If you say, "I didn't know about the 6-month rule," the officer writes, "Subject demonstrates lack of knowledge about lawful permanent resident obligations." You are building the case against yourself. And because of the new biometric system, they already have the dates. They have the proof. They don't need to investigate. They can make a decision right there on the spot. Your green card is being confiscated. You will be referred to an immigration judge to determine if you abandoned your residence. Boom. Your life in America is over in 10 minutes. All because you didn't know the risk. So, what's the law that protects you? It's called the totality of circumstances test. The law says that just because you were outside the US for more than 6 months does not automatically mean you abandoned your residence. The government has to look at all the facts. Do you have a job in the US? Do you pay US taxes? Do you have a home or apartment here? Do you have family here? Did you have a good reason for being away? Did you always intend to come back? This is your shield. But here's the problem. If you start talking too much at the airport, you're giving them facts that hurt you, not help you. Remember, the CBP officer is not your friend. He's not there to understand your situation. He's there to enforce the law. And now, with this new biometric system, he has a computer screen telling him, this person was gone too long. His job just got easier. Your job just got harder. So, what do? You use what I call the silent shield strategy. This is the exact legal right you have, and most immigrants don't even know it exists. You have the right to not answer questions that could hurt your immigration status. You are not required to give the officer a long explanation about why you were gone. Now, I'm not saying you refuse to talk at all. That's a different situation. What I'm saying is, you give short factual answers. No stories, no emotions, no explanations. The officer is trained to make you talk. He wants you to volunteer information, but you are going to be smart. You're going to answer only what is asked. And if the situation gets serious, you're going to ask for one specific thing that changes everything. I'll tell you what that is in a moment. Here's your step-by-step plan. Memorize this. Step 1. At the biometric photo station. When they tell you to face the camera, you cooperate. Do not refuse the photo. It's mandatory now under the December 26, 2025 rule. If you refuse, you will be detained. You will miss your flight. It will create a problem. Just take the photo. Stay calm. Step 2. At the officer's desk, hand over your green card. Answer basic questions. What is your name? Answer truthfully. Where do you live? Give your U.S. address. Where are you coming from? Name the country. Keep your answers short. One sentence. No extra details. Step 3. If the officer asks about your trip length, this is where most people fail. The officer says, I see you are outside the United States for 6 months and 15 days. Why? Here's what you say. I was visiting family. I always intended to return to my home in the United States. That's it. Full stop. Don't add anything else. Notice what you did there. You answered the question. You stated your intent. The key legal word. You stopped talking. If he asks follow-up questions, why did you stay so long? You say, family circumstances required my presence. My residence is here in the United States and I maintained my ties here. If he asks, what ties? You say, I have a home here. I pay taxes here. I work here. Only say this if it's true. Step 4. If he starts writing things down, this is a red flag. He's building a file. Stay calm. Don't panic. Don't start explaining yourself. If he says, I need to refer you to secondary inspection, you say, I understand. I would like to speak with a supervisor or have access to legal counsel before answering additional questions. This is your key sentence. You didn't refuse to cooperate. You didn't lie. You simply said you want guidance before answering more questions. This is your legal right. Step 5 in secondary inspection. If you're taken to the back room, the stakes are higher now. They might ask you to sign a form that says, I voluntarily abandoned my green card. Do not sign anything without understanding it completely. You say, I do not wish to abandon my residence. I would like to contact an immigration attorney before I sign any documents. If they pressure you, repeat, I want to speak to an attorney. Step 6, the final defense. If they tell you they're confiscating your green card, you say, I request a hearing before an immigration judge to contest this decision. This is your legal right under Section 240 of the Immigration and Nationality Act. They cannot deport you without giving you a hearing. The green card gives you that protection. Write this down. I request a hearing before an immigration judge. Practice saying it out loud right now. Let me be very clear about something. This new biometric system isn't going away. In fact, it's expanding. In 2026, USCIS is adding voice analysis and advanced facial matching. They're connecting airport data with your immigration application data. If you filed for a green card and said, I intend to live in Texas, but the biometric system shows you spend 8 months a year in India, they're going to notice that. Now this is Biometrics 2.0, and here's what concerns me the most. A lot of green card holders think, I'll just avoid traveling, problem solved. But that's not how this works. If you don't travel, you might be okay. But the moment life forces you to travel, A family emergency, a wedding, a funeral, you're suddenly in the system. And if you've been away for too long without knowing these rules, you could lose everything. The system doesn't care about your feelings. It only sees data. That's why you need to be prepared before you travel. If you know you're going to be away for more than 4 months, talk to an immigration lawyer before you leave. Get a re-entry permit. Document your ties to the US. Don't wait until you're standing in front of a CBP officer with a red screen flashing. Listen to me very carefully. Knowing your rights does not make you a troublemaker. It does not make you a criminal. It makes you informed. The US government has billions of dollars, thousands of officers, and the most advanced tracking technology in the world. You have this video. You have knowledge. And knowledge is the only thing that levels the playing field. I made this video because I'm tired of seeing good people lose their green cards over mistakes that could have been prevented. I'm tired of seeing families separated because someone panicked at the airport and said the wrong thing. You deserve to know what's happening. You deserve to protect yourself. So, here's what I need you to do. Number 1, share this video with every green card holder you know. Send it to your family group chat. Post it in your community groups. This information could protect someone's future. Number 2, subscribe to Policy and Pathways. I'm going to keep making these videos every time there's a new rule, a new trap, a new danger. You need to stay updated. Number 3, if you or someone you know is planning to travel outside the US for more than 3 months, watch my next video about re-entry permits. I'll link it in the description. And finally, leave a comment below. Tell me your situation. Are you worried about the biometric system? Have you been outside the US for a long time? Let me know. I read every comment, and I'll make videos to answer your questions. Remember, the system is real. The biometric tracking is active. But now you are prepared. Stay protected. Stay informed. This is Saqib, and I'll see you in the next.